stage, on stage with Jim and Tom. 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 Tom and Jim.
Tonight we welcome Luke Erickson to the stage at the Phoenix Theater. Luke is a 17-year-old singer-songwriter from Petaluma who has devoted himself fully to music. He stands now on the precipice of the rest of his life. What direction will this career take him in? What are the guiding principles that will drive him? What sort of a man does he hope to become? We'll explore these questions and many more as we welcome Luke Erickson to the stage at the Phoenix Theater. Welcome to the program, Luke.
Welcome, Luke.
Well, thank you so much. Jim, Tom, thank you so much for having me. Ever since we booked it, I've been really excited to do this, so it's great to be here.
He is a bluegrass musician. He is a country musician.
Yes, he is.
And
he's got a lot of rockabilly sensibilities.
Only 17. Do you feel a disconnect with the peers that you go to school with, that you are around on a day-to-day basis?
Absolutely. I think I like to think of myself as being in a generational displacement. And honestly, if I had it my way, I would have been born in a sweet little town in the 1940s, but I was born in San Francisco in 1998. I'm not complaining about that at all. But I think of myself as somewhat of an old-fashioned person, and we're living in a world that's constantly changing. There's a lot going on out there, and, you know, I certainly do feel disconnected from my peers.
What specifically makes you think that you are a victim of generational displacement?
Well, I think the thing is that if you go to a junkyard and you look at a car that was built in the 1940s or 50s, you can tell right away that car was built to last. I just got my first car. I'm excited about it, but it's a Honda Element, and it's starting to get up there. And believe me, I'm grateful to have this car, but you can tell it's not built to last. It's built to be thrown away.
Well, what do you mean by that analogy? Are you talking about people who you go to school with are built to be thrown away?
Not at all. No, I'm talking about a lot of things that are happening in this time. I mean, if you look at marriages these days, I mean, it's always been a tricky thing, but the divorce rate is up to 50%. Yeah.
That's an interesting thing, and we don't need to go too deep into it, but you're kind of old-fashioned. You're sort of conservative compared to the people who are born in 1998. I mean, you may potentially be more conservative than me and Tom. I was born in 1984. What year were you born in?
55.
Yeah.
My mom is not, quote-unquote, from Alabama, but she was born in Alabama, and she's kind of raised me with that Southern-esque feel. And my dad is also born in the 50s in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. And they're both, I wouldn't say they're old-fashioned, but they certainly have that old-timey manner about them. And so I was certainly raised, I am being raised going to church every Sunday. My mom would constantly blare Fox News. And, it's how I was raised.
I guess the core of my questions about who is Luke Erickson is is this a character that he's playing because this is the music that he likes, or is this the authentic guy? Yeah. So you say that you were brought to bluegrass festivals when you were younger. You say you were brought to church when you were younger. Do you have a sense of faith at 17?
Absolutely.
You absolutely do?
Yes.
Do you want to go into that a little bit?
Yeah, I do. My sense of faith is very, I don't want to say generic, but I think that anything you believe in is always subject to change. And so I think, I do believe there is a God. And for people listening who don't believe there is a God, I'm totally cool with that. I don't want to press what I believe in on other people. Because, that's our First Amendment right. That was the first thing that the Founding Fathers thought of, is the freedom of religion, freedom of belief. And there's, in my church, something called the Articles of Faith. There's 13 of them. And it's basically what we believe in. And I think it's I memorized these when I was 8, but totally forgot them the second I got my candy and walked out the door. But I think it's number 5 that finishes in, let them worship how, where, or what they may. And I think that's really cool that an organized religion can respect, hey, if you want to do that, that's fine. And so I believe what I believe. I consider myself to be a slightly spiritual person, but I also am open to anything different, and I respect other people's beliefs.
As you say that, then it makes me think, when you make the car analogy, that you kind of are big on the family values thing. You think that maybe as a country or as a people, we've kind of lost a sense of values. I mean, is that you? Am I describing that properly?
Yes, you are. And I'm not saying that we need to make change. I'm just noticing that, things are changing. And as my bass player Chris told me once, the world is going through growing pains. And I think that's absolutely true. And, I think the thing is that when we're kind of pointing out here that I was raised with old-fashioned values, and I go to a church, a fairly conservative church, and, the concept of gay marriage is... it wasn't necessarily supported. However, even though I kind of have those old-fashioned dude goggles, I was still able to see from my perspective, okay, well, there are two people that love each other. There's no reason they shouldn't get married. And so that's why I kind of brought up, the world is going through growing pains. Maybe it's not that just we're leaving our old family values, but perhaps maybe we're in the midst of new ones being created.
These are things that shape you as a person, and
as a musician,
that's not, and by extension, shape your music and shape why you want to do it. Mm-hmm. Do you have an inclination towards songs that you would hear in church? Does your faith bleed into your music?
If you listen to the Southern gospel, and really those early roots, I'm a sucker for old-timey gospel.
Absolutely.
And, I mean, it has shaped our music. I mean, regardless of which family tree you chase, you can chase that blues gospel and just getting down in church. And I think that speaks volumes about music itself. We use it as a tool to celebrate. We use it as a tool to convene. We use it as a tool to worship. And I think that's why we all love music, is because it's something that can really pull us down. It can get us together as well.
Do you have people in your life, either locally or that you'll potentially never meet, who are idols, people that you look to?
And can I bring up something at that point? There is a line in one of your songs, "When half your world is gone." There's a couple lines in there that I find that I'm really impressed with. But one in particular, I wish that I could sit on my back porch with a man I've never known. Who is that man? Who would that man be?
So I love my dad. I really do. But, the thing is that I don't have the healthiest relationship with him. And so, and talking about heroes, and I'm just going to go ahead and tie these two together. Yeah. Of course, I have my Opry stars I'll never meet. I have Johnny Cash, I have June Carter, I have those people. But I also have people who I go to work with, who I go to church with, who walk into my home almost every day. And those people mean a lot to me. And we've had two people here tonight who have been a wonderful set of big brothers for me, Chris Miano and Dave Sampson.
Absolutely, two great players.
They play in the band with him later on, which everyone will see.
Yep. And, Dave has totally taken me under his wing. He's my producer. He was my first guitar teacher. I work with him, and he's a friend. He's a good guy. And Chris, he does this fun thing where he likes to pick on me, but it's because he loves you.
Important to mention about these two individuals is they are quite a bit older than you.
Yes.
And, if somebody were to just listen to this and think, oh, that's neat, somebody who's 2 or 3 or 4 years older than him he looks up to. No, these individuals are quite a bit older than you and do not need to be playing with you.
No,
there's no reason in the world. No one's putting a gun to their head that I know of.
Yeah.
But they respect your music enough, or they respect you enough to put the time in to play with you.
Exactly, and that's part of the reason why they've been such great big brothers to me. So, as you said, and I was going to bring up, but you stole it from me, they don't have to play it here. They don't have to play here at all. They don't have to talk to me. They don't have to be my friend, but they have been. Yeah. I think that's really great of them, and it's really served me well. And I'm proud to say that they're in my life.
I want to jump back for a moment. You mentioned that there are community members, people in your church who you look to, and we've also talked about your faith a little bit. Are there any particular scripture passages or, sermons that you've been party to that have really been inspirational or have really felt like they sum up the experience you're having?
I'd recite it from the Bible, but I think I'd just make an ass of myself. It's James 1:5. And in summary, it basically just says, knock and he shall answer. And to me, he usually in the Bible references to God or Jesus. And to me, it really doesn't mean specifically him in terms of a bit more of the bigger scheme of things. I think, just ask for it, work for it, and it'll come to you. And I think this is common with a lot of songwriters. There will be times where everything's great out here, and then I'll write a song and it'll be like, oh, okay. And there will be times.
What is okay? What do you mean? You feel better after you do it?
I feel better after I do it, but I also look at what I'm writing, and it's just like, what's going on here? And I guess what I'm saying is that you'll write something that you didn't know you had in you, or you didn't expect to have in you. I think the first song I played, acoustic, When Half Your World Is Gone. If you want to talk about it a bit more, that's cool.
There's a line in there that blows me away, and knowing what I know about you, I'm wondering where you got this line.
Well,
and it's the girl of my dreams turned into a nightmare real fast. It's hard to do the walking out when you're all that she has left.
When you're the only thing she has. It's got to rhyme, Tom.
I know that, but it was you're right. Where do you come up with that line when you're the only thing she has? Absolutely. Where did you come up with that line?
She might be listening, so I'm trying to.
Son of a gun. So this is a relationship.
No, it's very much past. But basically, I had my first love sophomore year, and that was a really great experience for me, and we're still friends, and we're actually be considered best friends. But she had something at home that was very hurtful for her. It was very tough, and as somebody who was doing my best to be there for her, and she, I think a lot of us kind of have that fear of letting someone into our lives and kind of them snapping us. And so I think basically I was somebody that deeply cared about her and did my best to be there for her. And it was hard to see her struggle. It was hard to see her go through a hard time because in my eyes, she didn't deserve that.
What did you learn about yourself at the end of your relationship with your first love? Because I've found for myself, and this is a long time ago now, but that was a period of great pain, but also great introspection, and I learned a lot about myself. I felt a sort of pain I had never felt before. Again,
touching about what we talked about at the beginning is I'm very old-fashioned. If I'm going to be here, I'm going to be here, damn it. Yeah. And just loving somebody and making sure that, they have everything they need. And that, I think with a part of my generation is that, we're very insensitive with our dating. Who am I saying we? My generation is very insensitive with their dating. But I found that I am almost a little bit on the husband-like side. And, you're not going to hear a lot of 17-year-olds say this in the 21st century, but okay, if the music doesn't work out, fine. But something I find I must do is have a good marriage and have kids. I so badly want to be a father somewhere in here.
That's a fascinating thing. That has never been a part of my worldview. Tom, have you ever thought you were going to have children?
No, actually.
And that's a fascinating thing. So but we are not the norm. There are so many folks out there who...
but at the same time, I can hardly wait to sit with your children and have a conversation with them.
Oh, dude, I'm totally bringing them to see Uncle Tom. Oh. And I just wanted to say, I really appreciate that you actually took time to listen to my lyrics and write them down. I recently went to Nashville, Tennessee, and in the Country Music Hall of Fame, spray painted on the walls right by the elevators is something that Marty Stewart has repeated several times, and it's by the great singer-songwriter Harlan Howard. And he's given a lot of tunes to Buck Owens, and he says that country music is 3 chords and the truth. Yeah. And the thing is that for me, that's all you need. You have 3 chords, what you got to say, and you're done. Boom. You don't have to drag it out. It's simple. There you are, and there you have it. I've gotten a minor bit of flack for writing 2 simple tunes. Oh, it's just 3 chords. But, it's good. It gets the point across. There it is. This girl's a sweatshirt full of trouble.
Yeah.
Hey, you were hugging and a kissing. Or even I love you. And there's a million songs that say that, but I think that's one of the great things about the simplicity of country music.
Tom, you've been watching him play for how long?
Yeah, boy, for, 4 years or so. He was a youngster when he showed up, and it's been a gas to watch him play.
Earlier, you mentioned that perhaps you'd like to check back in 10 years and see where he's at, but,
Well,
but we aren't there yet. We're at 17 now.
We are at 17. I intend to follow him the whole time, but I'm thinking that, there's going to be such a volume of work coming from this kid. That's what I'm hoping for. The world.
That's what I'm hoping for too.
Life in the world happens, so it's a mystery. It's this big dark thing out in front of us. But I suspect there's going to be when 10 years from now, I think we could sit down and have an incredible discussion about the music you played.
Yes, sir.
And I'm looking forward to that.
And we truly appreciate you coming on the show here tonight. It was a lot of fun to talk with you. Thank you for being so open about faith and about everything that has shaped you into the man that you are on the precipice of becoming.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It really has been special here. So thank you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for having me, and I really appreciate what the Phoenix Theater does. I appreciate what you guys are doing, and it's noble, it's good, and it's from the heart, and I really appreciate you guys and what you do.
What a guy.
Everybody else stick around because Luke and 2 other musicians are going to play some music for us in just a moment.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Well, I woke up this morning in a bed that was too small. But you know I should feel lucky just to be alive at all. I got a message this evening from a brother I don't know. I only hear from my path when he is driving slow. Well, there's not much in this world I have left, just a broken dream and an ounce of self-respect. But it's hard to hang on when half the world is gone. Well, the girl of my dreams turned to a nightmare real fast. But it's hard to do the walking now when you're the only thing she has. Wish I could be on the back porch with a man I've never known, in a big old-fashioned sturdy house that I could call my home. Well, there's not much in this world I have left, just a broken dream and an ounce of self-respect. It's hard to hang on when half the world is gone. Mama cried on my shoulder when it shouldn't have been mine. Well, I can fix her up again and put her back in line. Well, if this can't last forever, I'll move on to brighter days. Well, you can only have courage when everything's okay. Well, there's not much in this world I have left, just a broken dream and an ounce of self-respect. It's hard to hang on when half your world is gone. I said there's not much in this world I have left, just a broken dream and an ounce of self-respect. Well, it's hard to hang on when half your world is. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? All my friends have Porsches and I must make amends. I've worked hard all my lifetime, but no help from my friends. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Dialing for dollars is trying to find me. I'll wait for delivery each day until 3. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? I'm asking you, Lord, please buy the next round. So prove that you love me and buy the next round. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? I'm saying, Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? All my friends have Porsches and I must make amends. I've worked hard all my lifetime, but no help from my friends. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Some peace of mind. I'm leaving this ship to sink. I'll leave a prisoner in the clink. You stabbed me in the back, then you left me for a snack. I'm getting real tired of you and all the things you do. Seem nice from afar, but your heart is made of tar. I had to give you the bar. I can't let you in my car. Well, don't you come around no more. You tend to be such a bore. You're falling through the cracks of the floor. I can't take you anymore, 'cause I'm leaving you behind. Time to give me some peace of mind. I'm leaving this ship to sink. I'll leave a prisoner in the clink. You stabbed me in the back, then you left me for a snack. I'm getting real tired of you and all the things you do. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? All my friends have Porsches and I must make amends. I've worked hard all my lifetime, but no help from my friends. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Dialing for dollars is trying to find me. I wait for delivery each day until 3. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? I'm asking you, Lord, please buy the next round. So prove that you love me by the next round. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? I said, Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? All my friends have Porsches and I must make amends. I've worked hard all my lifetime, but no from my friends. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Well, you like to hold me in the palm of your hand, and I can't fall through like a grain of sand. Sometimes feels like I will never be free, but you throw your head back and you laugh away. Well, I'm telling you now, you'll be sorry someday. Go ahead and laugh it all away. Well, it's funny how all the things that you say have different little meanings every single day. Then you talk to me until the cows come home. Well, you buy me things so I'll be in debt. Well, listen to me now to repay you yet, even if it takes me 20 years. But you swat your hand and you say it's fine, but everything I have will never be mine, leaving no choice but to walk my own line. Well, it's funny how all the things that you say have different little meanings every single day. Then talk me until the cows come home. Here comes the train. Well, you stumble on home from a night of drinking, and attitude, it's got me thinking maybe that it's time I step away. But you keep me here in a prison cell, and when I'll be free, I can never tell. If I fight, I'll see you back in hell. Well, it's funny how all the things that you say have different little meanings every single day. Talk to me until the cows come home. Well, you like to hold me in the palm of your hand, and I can't fall through like a grain of sand. Sometimes feels like I will never be free, but you throw your head back and you laugh away. Well, I'm telling you now, you'll be sorry someday. Go ahead and laugh it all away. Well, it's funny how all the things that you say have different little meanings every single day. Talk me until the cows come home. I set your time at 10, and it's a 4:30. I set your time at 10, and it's a 4:30. Well, I know what you did, don't you lie to me anymore. 'Cause you were hugging and a kissing, doing around. 'Cause you were hugging and a kissing, doing around. Well, I know what you did, it's the talk of the whole town. I was waiting by the door until 4:30. I was waiting by the door until 4:30. Well, I know what you did, you can't hide it anymore. 'Cause you were hugging and a kissing, doing around. 'Cause you were hugging and a kissing, doing around. Well, I know what you did, it's the talk of the whole town. got shoes in your hands and a light in your eye. You got shoes in your hands and a light in your eye. If I see this again, I know I'm gonna die. 'Cause you were hugging and a kissing, doing around. 'Cause you were hugging and a kissing and doing around. Well, I know what you did, it's the talk of the whole town. I set your time at 10 and it's a 4:30. I set your time at 10 and it's a 4:30. Well, I know what you did, don't you lie to me anymore. She's got class and style like you wouldn't believe. The beauty in her eyes is something you can't conceive. Well, it's the way she walks and talks, you won't believe. Well, she just pretty jailbait, and she's got me seeing double. Well, you can spot her glare from miles away. But when you know she's coming, there's nothing you can say. Why don't you keep me away? Don't see me no more. Well, she just pretty jailbait. She's a sweatshirt full of trouble. She's a sweatshirt full of trouble, that's a word around town. One day with her and you're gonna go down. She's a sweatshirt full of trouble, can't you hear what I say? When she's walking down the hall, you better look the other way. Oh well, here she comes, she's walking down the hall. She's got her high heels on, make herself look tall. Why don't you keep me away? Don't see me no more. Well, she just pretty jailbait, and she's got me seeing double. Oh, well, she's throwing guys in jail and working the judge. And none of her stuff is gonna show up on Drudge. Well, she's got no proof of what they did. Well, she just pretty jailbait. She's a sweatshirt full of trouble. Well, she's a sweatshirt full of trouble, that's a word around town. One day with her and you're gonna go down. She's a sweatshirt full of trouble, can't you hear what I say? When she's walking down the hall, you better look the other way. When she looks across the hall at the high school dance, just turn your head away and say that there's no chance. Just resist the urge, no matter how she moves. She just pretty jailbait, and she's got me saying double. She had class and style like you wouldn't believe. The beauty in her eyes is something you can't conceive. It's the way she walked and talked, well, you won't believe. Well, she just pretty jailbait. She's a sweatshirt full of trouble. She's a sweatshirt full of trouble, that's a word around town. One day with her and you're gonna go down. She's a sweatshirt full of trouble, can't you hear what I say? When she's walking down the hall, you better look the other way. Well, her class got dismissed, the style ran out. Her troublemaking days are over and now. Well, she sweatshirt's hung up, it don't fit no more. Well, she just pretty jailbait. She's a sweatshirt full of trouble.